Yesterday was a movie that grabbed my attention instantly when I watched the trailer. The premise of the movie, if you don't know, Jack, our main character, is hit by a car during a blackout that occurs around the whole world and wakes up to find that nobody remembers the Beatles. This idea was great to me and I could not wait to watch this movie. Now this movie is good, but there's one thing that bugged me about this movie, and it's the ending. So this is how I would fix the ending to Yesterday and make this movie better. Of course, big spoilers if you haven't watched Yesterday, so you have been warned. So I don't really have any complaints about the movie until about the time Jack goes to Wembley. At this part, he gets on stage after Ed Sheeran plays, and he has a big announcement to tell everybody. Now, this is the point in the movie where I think they made the biggest mistake. When he gets on stage, he tells everybody that he's a liar, that he's been faking this whole entire time, that all of his music is not his, and they belong to another group. And this group is the Beatles. And as you may know, the whole world doesn't know who the Beatles is, except for him and a couple random people. But they all love what he's doing. So him coming out to the world and saying that he is a big liar and he didn't write these songs, I think it's just a big miss in this movie. And I just don't think it works. I don't think he should have came out and told everybody that he didn't write all this music. I get it, it weighed on him a little bit, and he felt like he needed to come out and tell everybody that he didn't write this music and it belonged to the Beatles. But realistically, in the end, everybody's gonna go home, they're gonna sit on their computer, they're gonna Google who the Beatles are, and they're gonna get a bug, or they're gonna get the VW bug. They're not gonna know what the heck he was talking about. Then they're gonna search up the people's names that he mentioned. They're not gonna see anything about any of these guys that were in the Beatles, and none of them are musicians anyways, so it doesn't even matter. And they're gonna be like, why did he come out and say he didn't write any of these if these people don't exist in the first place? So in my eyes, the confession would have been pointless. The other small thing that makes no sense is he says,
I want you all to know that I'm not going to take any money for this work that isn't mine.
So how he says it in the movie kind of makes it seem like he hasn't been paid throughout this whole movie, which I think is a lie, because there's no way he hasn't made any cash during all the tours he's been doing, all the album sales, and everything in general of being a musician. He's had to have been paid. So I'm guessing he just means he's not going to make any more money, or he's not going to profit from his work after he releases all the music for free on the internet. Lastly, he confesses his love for Ellie. Now, this was all great and good how they did it in the movies, but we missed the biggest thing that could have teared at people's heartstrings in this movie. And honestly, I much rather them have ended the movie where Jack just wakes up and he was just in a coma and just dreaming this the whole time, than how they actually ended this movie. This is why I want to fix the ending. So, that being said, how do we fix this movie? Alright, step number 1. Jack does not tell people that he did not write the music. Taking out him confessing that he didn't write the music at Wembley greatly increases the ending to this movie. Without Jack telling everyone he's a big liar and that some guys who no one even heard of wrote the music, he can still share his joys of the Beatles to the world, and can also live his life as a rock star, which he is one, which I think is a win-win. Because in the real ending of the movie, he just retires, and from what it looks like, has no job and is just chilling while his wife just works as a teacher. Alright, now that we have Jack being his rock and roll self that we know he can be, what is the second part to make this movie better? When Jack confesses his love for Ellie, which is great and all, they missed one big opportunity that they've really been teasing throughout this whole movie. During the movie, Ellie just wants Jack to sing a song after him. She mentions it in his room where she says,
"How did I get in the friend manager roadie columns instead of the and I love her column?"
Not only that, but we hear about Jack singing Wonderwall multiple times throughout the movie. Ellie even mentions it. He even looks it up and notices Oasis, who sang Wonderwall, doesn't even exist either. So why am I bringing this up? Well, I think this would tie all the mentions of Ellie and his love for her together with the song Wonderwall. Even though Ellie doesn't know the song Wonderwall, Jack could take the time on stage. Remember, this is what he does instead of confessing that he's a big faker and he didn't write all these songs and releasing all his music for free. He would confess his love to Ellie like he did, but then tell the audience he wrote a new song that is for her and sings Wonderwall. Not only would it tie everything from the beginning and all the mentions of the song, but it would be a little nice bow at the end. Then they could end it with them getting married and him still being an amazing musician. The end. Now, if you want to take it a step further, we could go with the slightly different ending and take a line from the alternate ending of the movie. Now, if you remember in the ending of Yesterday, Jack says to Ellie,
"Oh, I feel like Harry Potter after he defeated Voldemort."
Who?
well, instead, in the alternate ending, Ellie says,
I feel like you're Harry Potter after defeating Voldemort.
to what Jack says.
Harry Potter, who's he?
If they ended it like this, they could have actually set it up for a cute little sequel where Ellie actually becomes a writer and quits her day job as a teacher. But hey, maybe that's asking for too much. But this is how I would fix Yesterday's ending. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.